Hi, everybody. I'm here talking about Hillary and the Deplorables with the team from the Ardent Atheists is with me. Emery, Heather Henderson is here. Say hello.
Hi.
How do we know you don't just have people who do my and Heather's voice? I mean, their
we don't
voices. There's no way of knowing.
I'm actually in Florida right now.
I kind of dig that.
We do not. That's right. That's the mystery of this show.
It's pretty great.
Hillary Clinton made an unforced error. She was trying to insult Trump and his racist maniac supporters, which there are a lot. But she gaffed it up because she gave him an opening because they're saying she's now making fun of them or insulting other Americans. So here's what she said. Let's just play what she said.
To just be grossly generalistic, you can put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. And unfortunately, there are...
I was waiting for her to say cocksuckers. You know, the racist, xenophobic, homophobic cocksuckers.
See, I don't have a problem with what she said. I mean, it's true. It's fucking true.
Well, there's certainly a lot of truth to it.
And she didn't have to say half. She could have said some.
Would
that have made it better
She
for
should have
people?
said he brings these people out of the wood. Of course, we all understand the sentiment there. I don't disagree with what she's saying.
So they're pissed off because she put a number to it.
Well,
half.
Yes.
Can I lay it out? Mm-hmm. Here's what's going on. These people who are following a guy who speaks his mind and doesn't hold back and says it like it is and will not censor how he talks about the people who he opposes, these followers are furious that she would have the gall to speak her mind and say it like it is and speak honestly about this thing. That's what we're looking at, Jimmy, and that is what makes me want to shit in Trump's piss hair. I'm sorry, is that too far?
No, not at all. Well, Hillary actually is trying to walk that back a little bit. Here's what she said. Here's what she's saying now. She's saying, I was grossly generalistic.
Which she said up front.
She even said it.
She said up front, I'm being
grossly generalistic. She actually did say that, right?
Half.
And that was never a good idea. I regret saying half. That was wrong. But let's be clear. It's deplorable that Trump has built his campaign largely on prejudice and paranoia and given a national platform to hateful views and voices. Yes, that is true. That is what Trump has done.
Well, at least we know where they are. I mean, without Trump, we would have no idea who were bigots.
That's the upside.
The racists and the sexists and all that. We wouldn't know who to stay away from.
Right. I mean, generally speaking, it used to just be Florida. But now
hey, I'm there right now.
We can actually point at them on a screen and go, oh, there's that guy, punching that guy who disagrees with him.
Yes.
And there's that other guy that's got the anti-black shirt on. Hey, there's the guy with the... So now I like that we can actually see them. I like seeing it out in the open because that's where we get to have discussions about how awful it is. And we can use these deplorables, to coin a phrase. We can use these deplorables to teach the next generation of non-deplorables how not to behave, think, and be.
And half of the kids are smart. I'm going to use the word half.
Half?
Because
that's a gross generalization.
Well, young people generally grossly are smart and see what's happening and go, we can't take this. We can't stand for this. And they're the ones that are going to make the change. They're the ones that are going to outlive these racists and hopefully make cliche, the world is a better place. Is that cliche?
We are optimists, aren't we?
Yes. Well, let me make this point and let me see what you think about this. Hillary Clinton recently sent out an email touting the endorsement of John Negroponte. Now, John Negroponte organized death squads in South America and Honduras, and a lot of people consider him to be a full-blown war criminal. Also, she bragged about Henry Kissinger complimenting her, and she was also seeking his endorsement. He's a war criminal. So I saw Chris Hayes make this point. Chris Hayes says if she is going to be hanging around with Kissinger and Negroponte, he said there's going to be no reckoning for the people who are supporting Trump. There's no way to hold them accountable because they can always go, you're in bed with war criminals. And that's what I'm saying. It's very weird for her to say, hey, look at all these Republicans like Henry Kissinger and John Negroponte who like me, except these other guys these guys are deplorable. No, those guys are literally war criminals. Right? So that's how bad of a candidate Hillary is. That's all I'm saying. Anybody else could make all these arguments so much better, but she does these unforced errors like reaching out to Kissinger, reaching out to John Neg. She literally sent out an email touting John Negroponte, endorsing her, and I was watching Chris Hayes' show and watched all those liberals go crazy. Why is she doing this? And I kept saying, because she's a shitty candidate, and she's a bad politician, and she's always been. That's why she fucking lost the first time to a black guy with a Muslim name right after 9/11. She's not a good politician. Half the country doesn't want to vote for her, yet the DNC rammed her down our fucking throats. Anyway, so what do you think about that? That if you're going to hang out with war criminals, you don't get to wag your finger at Trump voters?
I think you're right. I can't disagree with you. I will tell you this.
We could end right there.
Of course we could. It is your show.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's the thing. Actually, you should say, I think you should cut this or we end on think you're right. The fact of the matter is she's a warmonger.
Yes.
That's who she is. So her asking for Kissinger to endorse her is, in my opinion, it's very revealing. If you're not a war-minded, hawkish liberal, you shouldn't be supporting Hillary. And the alternative I would offer to you would be Johnson. Johnson will not go kill with your money in your name. Okay? So you don't have to be a libertarian to cast a vote for a guy who doesn't want to kill brown people. That's who I recommend you consider if you are of that mindset.
Look at that. And have you said that to other people besides me?
I've said it before. Yeah, no, I've said it to
because
other people.
Whenever
are you a fan of Johnson?
There's certain everybody's a libertarian up to a point.
Yeah.
Right. Like
I call myself a libertarian.
Oh, do you?
That's what I prefer to call myself.
I'm much more of a socialist.
Yeah, I believe in
so. I believe in.
You're a Bernie guy.
I'm a much more of a Scandinavian type economy.
Yeah.
Whereas Chris Christie's more of a Danish.
You can have that economy. I mean, if you want it.
We just go move there?
Move. It's lovely up there. I know you love winters.
But all my friends live here.
You know the response to when someone tells you to move from this country? I would do it in a heartbeat, but then I know that this country would eventually bomb my new country. I'm never going to move from the country.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Barry Crimmins had a joke similar to that. He said something like, I would, but then I'd become a victim of our foreign policy.
That's the same joke. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.